in this example, example 5, they say the length x millimeter to the nearest millimeter of a random sample of pine cones is measured. The data are shown in the table. So this is the length of pine cones. But the data is given here in what form? Classes. This is classes, groups. Okay. Here we have what? Frequency table, but with what? Classes, groups. It is grouped. Grouped. Okay. It's classes, not like the previous question. Okay. Type. يعني هنا they say how many pine cones with length between 30 and 31. We have 2 pine cones, 2 of them. How many with the length 32 to 33? 25. How many with the length 34 to 36? 30, and so on. Okay. Type. First thing, هنا they are asking for the model class. Model class is the most repeated class. Which one is the most repeated? You go to the frequency. You go to the frequency.
34
and you
36.
check the highest frequency. Which one? 30. That's the highest frequency. So the model class is this. That's the model class. So we say it's model. That will be, the model class will be 34 to 36. That's A. B, estimate the mean. How would you find the mean? احنا, to get the mean, our rule is x1 f1 for frequency table plus x2 f2 plus and so on, and you divide by sigma f. احنا, we don't have here a single value. These are not discrete values. Okay, but I need discrete values. How would I get discrete values, yeah, Adam? It's very simple. You get the midpoint. يبقى دايما if you have group, if you have a grouped data like this one, or classes, you get what? You draw an extra row like this. Okay, you draw an extra row like this, and you get what? You get the midpoints. We need midpoint. Remember this. You need the midpoint for each class or for each group. But be careful. Be careful. You have to check the boundaries. Do we have gaps? Well, there is no gaps here for the classes. Is there a gap?
Yeah, there's gaps.
Huh?
Yeah.
There is a gap.
Yeah.
31 and 32, there is a gap 1. Difference between them, 1. So split the 1 into half and half, and divide it by 2 into half and half. Subtract a half from the 30, so the class boundary will be 29.5. And the other half, you add it to 31, so it will be 31.5. So for all the classes, you will do this. You understand? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So this is 31.5. And now you have from 31.5 to 33.5. Next one will be 33.5 to 36.5. This is for this one. This is for this one. This is for this one. And for the last one, you have 36.5 to 39.5. You change the class boundaries, and then you get the midpoint. How would you get the midpoint? Let's see. Let's say here. How would you get the midpoint here? To get a midpoint, you do what?
We'll add 30 and 31 and divide it by 2.
Add 29. Let's start with the boundaries first group. 29.5 plus 31.5. You add them and you multiply by half. What's the answer?
30.5.
30.5. Very good. 30.5. In the same way, you get all the other midpoints. Okay. Now that you have all the midpoints, apply in this rule. So you say, okay, it equals x1. X1 here is the midpoint. This is x1. This is x2, x3, x4, and so on. Huh? So x1 is 30.5. You multiply it by the frequency. What's the frequency? 2 plus 25 plus 32.5. You multiply by the frequency. What's the frequency? 25 plus 35. You multiply by the frequency. What's the frequency? 30 plus last one, 38, midpoint, multiplied by 13. You divide all this by what, yeah, Adam?
All this by
Sigma F. What's sigma F here?
Yeah. So
Add. This is like 15, 40, 70. 70. Add them. Okay. This is 15, 40, 70. Okay, so you divide by 70. If you do this, your answer should be 34.5.
Yeah.
Type. How about the median?
Median?
Part C. Now here, as I said, this was 30.5. Okay. How about part C, the median? To get the median, this is odd or even? The total number of frequencies, odd or even?
Even.
It's even.
34 even?
Right? Even, yeah. Even. In case of even, to get the median, you do what? Because it's even, to get the median, you do the following. By 2? You multiply 70 by half. What do you get?
35.
35. So our median, therefore, median, so this is the 35th, is between, therefore median is between 35th and 36. Are you following?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, for part C, for the median, we do half times 70. We get 35th. يبقى الميديان بتاعي is between كده, therefore median is between 35th and اللي بعده 36. What's between 35th and 36? Let's check أصلا فين 36 هنا في المجموعة دي. Add the frequencies. 2 plus 25 is 27. 2 plus 25, 27, plus 30. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let me continue here. Add 2 plus 25 plus 30. That's 57.
2 plus 25.
That's 57. So our 35.5 is between this and this. That's 35.5. Where is this 35.5? أو حتى where is 35 أصلا? يعني forget about this. Where is 35th? 35th belongs to which group? To which class?
35? 34 to 36.
صح, very good. 34 to 36. يبقى therefore median class is 34 to 36. This is the answer. Okay, now to the next point. We have other measures of location. Until now we had the mean. We learned how to find the mean, the median, and the mod. صح? Okay, now to the quartiles. Call them quartiles. And there's something also called percentiles, but let's focus now on the first word, quartiles. What are the quartiles? We have 3 quartiles. We have Q1, which is called lower quartile. Okay, it's lower value or lower quartile. We have Q2. This is actually the median that we used to find before. This is Q2. We have something called Q3, that's the upper quartile. So how many quartiles? 3.
3.
1, 2, 3. Q2 is exactly at the middle of the data. Yani if this is the data, you see the data starts here, okay, and ends up here. Yani this is the minimum value. Let me tell you. So if the data is like values, you know, if we start with the minimum value here, that's the minimum value. And the last value, the highest value, is the maximum value. Then we have exactly at the middle, we have the median, which is Q2. This is the median. Okay. Now, at 1/4 of the data, you see 25%. Yani at 1/4 of the data, yani at 1/4 n. What's n? The number of the data. Yani let's say hypothetically مثلا, you have 100 of data values. This is the set values. 100 data, 100 set value. Okay, data. So 1/4 of this would be what?
1/4 of what? 100?
Yeah, would be 25.
25.
Yeah, so Q1 would be at the 25th. Q1 will be at the 25th position. How about Q2? This is Q1. Q2 will be
50.
half times 100. So it's 50, صح? So it's half times n. Q3, 3/4.
75.
Yes. Okay. So now you know what's Q1, what's Q2, what's Q3. Q1 actually is the median of the lower half. يعني Q2, pay attention please. Q2 is exactly at the middle. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly in the middle, it means here we have half the data to the left and we have half the data to the right. If we take the middle of the lower half, this is the middle of the lower half. This is Q1. So it's the median of the lower half. And Q3 is the median for the upper half. But because I don't want you to be confused, forget about the two halves. Just remember that Q1 is at 1/4, yani quarter, at 1/4 of the data. Q2, the median, this is Q2, you can see it here. It's at half n, Q3 at 3/4n. Clear? تمام?
Yes, sir.
We have something else called the percentile. What's percentile?
What?
Percentile here.
Percentages.
Percentiles. Okay? Think of it as percentages, no problem. So if I say, for example, if I say 10th percentile, this is
So 10%,
P10.
yeah?
Yes, exactly, at 10%, yes. Yani this is 10% of the data, like this, you see this? 10% of the data. Okay? Type, if I say 90th percentile, it will be what?
90%.
It will be 90%. This means 90% of the data. Yani starting from here and you take almost 90%. All these data. This is 90%. Okay? You get that?
Yeah.
There is something else you need to know, which is something called interquartile range. What is the interquartile range?
The highest value minus the lowest value.
No, it's the upper quartile minus the lower quartile.
Oh, upper quartile minus lower quartile.
Yeah. What you just said, yeah, Adam, was the definition of range. There is a difference between range, this is maximum or the highest, as you said, minus minimum. Highest minus lowest. Yes, no problem. But interquartile range, it means Q3 minus Q1. So what's interquartile range? Q3 minus Q1. What's the range? Maximum minus minimum, or highest minus lowest. It's okay. You can use the words maximum, minimum, or highest and lowest. Are you following?
Yeah.
Sure. Paying attention?
Yes. Maybe.
All right. Let's do an example here. Okay, let's do an example. I'm gonna erase this and I'm gonna do it all over again. Okay? I'm gonna erase the whole thing. Okay. Set the page. All right. Now pay good attention to what I'm going to say.
Okay.
If we want to find the quartiles, the median or quartiles, first step is to do what, Adam? What's the first step? Step one, order.
Fine. Yeah, put them
Don't
in
find
order.
anything. Put them in order. The good thing here is that they are already in order. They're already in order. Just list them. خلاص. If they are in order, it's fine. But it's better to have them in one row, not two rows like this. So how to do that? How to do this? You say, okay, it's 1, 3, 3, 3, and then we have 4, 4, we have 6, 7, 7, 7, then we have 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, and 23. How many data do we have here? They say, طبعا, this data represents how far in kilometers 20 employees live from their place of work. And how far is your work from your place? Okay, so like the first one, this is a very lucky one actually. He's only 1 kilometer away from his work, and he can go to his work walking. Right? He doesn't need any ride. صح? Then we have 3 kilometers, and then we have 4, and so on. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
طيب, first they say find the median. احنا خلاص, we did the order, and then you ask yourself, you have to always ask yourself, is the data even or odd? Because it makes a difference. There's a difference between even and odd. The way you will answer will be different from even to odd. Is it even or odd?
Odd.
Yeah, Adam, 20 employees.
Oh, no, even.
It's even, 20 employees. 20 يعني even. Even, huh? طيب. Even, how do you do it? How do you find the quartiles? طبعا the median here is Q2. And the quartiles اللي هي Q1 and Q3. خلاص? These are the lower and upper quartile. Let's find the median. How would you find the median? Half n.
Half what?
Half n. This is the rule. Write it down and remember. What's n? What's n? What's the value of n هنا?
The middle number.
يا ابني, n is the number of data. How many data do we have here? How many employees? N.
20.
N
20,
is 20.
20, 20.
Okay, so 20. So that's 10th position. Just a second, please. So this is Q2 is at the 10th position. We do it this way, Adam. We say, okay, Q2 will be, since the answer is 10, therefore the median value is between, pay attention please, important, this is important, between 10th and the next one. What's the next one? 11th. Okay. So the median value is between 10th and 11th. Type, where is the 10th? Count please with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. This is 10th. Where is the 11th? 11th.
9, yeah.
So to get the median, therefore.
So 7 plus 9.
And therefore, أيوة, median will be what? Yes, exactly. 7
8.
plus 9 over 2. 8. Very good. 8 employees. طبعا the median would be 8 employees. Type. So this is the first answer. تمام. We repeat the same thing, but for Q1. Q1, the rule says it's what? What's Q1, the rule?
Q1?
Yeah. 1/4 n. Write it down. Q1 is 1/4 n. So it's 1/4 times n. N here is 20. So what's 1/4 times 20? 1/4 times 20? 5. So it's at the 5th position. Therefore, we do it the same way. The median, we say the median. Not the median, I'm sorry. Here we are finding Q1. Therefore, Q1 is between what and what? Can you tell me?
So it's the 5th and 6th.
And the next one, that would be the 6th. Where is the 5th and the 6th? 1,
4
2,
plus
3,
4.
4, 5.
4
this
and
is
4.
5th. 5th hour. 6th. Okay. So you do what? So Q1 will be, yes, the lower quartile will be, yes, 4 plus 4 over 2. يعني في الآخر 4. It's the same thing.
So 4.
So 4. Type same thing for Q3. Q3, what's the rule for Q3, Adam?
3 over 4 n.
تمام. 3 over 4 n. That's times 20. So what's 3 over 4 m? 15.
15.
Use the calculator if you don't know. So therefore Q3 is between
15th and 16th value.
15th and 16th value.
So 12 and 13.
So 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15. And 16. Tamam, very good. So it's 12 and 13. So the mid value between 12 and 13 will be 12.5. Should know it. But let's do it عادي. But you understand it's going to be the middle value between 12 and 13. That's 12.5. خلاص? So these are the quartiles. تمام? Does the question say find the interquartile range? No. But if I add to the question and I say then find interquartile range. How would you find the interquartile range? IQR, interquartile range. Q3.
Higher quartile minus lower quartile.
Yes, the upper quartile minus lower quartile. Q3 minus Q1. Remember, Q3 minus Q1. So it's 12.5 minus 4. That's 8.5. Easy? Get this?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So as I was saying, if you have odd number of data, there is a different way in solving. How? Here is an example. This is our example when we had 20 data. عادي, I said Q2 will be half n. This is the median. Q1 quarter n. Q3 3/4 n. If you have odd data, for example, if you have 19 data, okay, 19 is odd. The rule will be different. How different? You will add 1 to n. The rule will be half n plus 1. And Q1 will be 1/4 n plus 1. And Q3 will be 3/4 n plus 1. Not only this, but also we will not do this between thing. يعني what you get is the answer. يعني هنا you get, for example, if you have 19, 19 plus 1 is 20. Now we add, because this is odd, so you add 1. 19 plus 1, 20 times half, 10. So my median is at the 10th value. Do I say it's between 10th and 11th? No, it is the 10th. Yani you go to the 10th, you go here, and you check number 10, and you say this is the median. Okay, you don't do this step. We don't do this. Okay, this is in the case of what? In the case of odd, remember, odd. Write it down, the rule. I want you to write the rules for even. I want you to write a title, even data. For example, 20. and I want you to write this. And I want you to write another example, odd data, like 19, and I want you to write this. Now, quickly, Adam, please. Type. Adam, if you are given a grouped frequency table, this is called what? Grouped
frequency table.
Frequency table. Why we call it grouped frequency table? Because the data is given in classes like groups, group 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is also frequencies. So we call it grouped frequency table. Remember this. Whenever you are given grouped frequency table and you need to find one of the quartiles, and you need to find Q1 or Q3, or you need to find the median, or you need to find a percentile, like here, 10th percentile, that's 10%. You need to think of what?
Interquartile range.
Interpolation. Interpolation. خلاص? So if you are given a grouped frequency table and they ask for lower quartile, Q1 or median or upper quartile or the 10th percentile or even the 90th percentile, any percentile, always think of what? Linear interpolation, يعني interpolation. We will use interpolation. But what is interpolation exactly and how to use it? Pay attention. Let's check this example. We have a grouped frequency table. They say the length of time to the nearest minute spent on the internet each evening by a group of students is shown in the table. So we have a table for group of students, and this table is measuring the time each student is spending on the internet every night. Okay. Okay. So you can see here that we have 2 students. They spend between 30 and 31 minutes, and half an hour. 25 students, they spend around 30 to 33. 30 students, they already spent 34 to 36 minutes, and so on. طبعا احنا our boys يعني at least I'm sure they don't spend 30 minutes. It would be 300 minutes maybe, right? Yeah. Anyways, type. So the question here is find an estimate for the upper quartile. That's what Q3. How to find the Q3 from grouped frequency table, from a frequency table with groups, classes. How would you do that?
We add up the frequency and then we do 3/4 multiply the frequency.
We add up the frequency and we do what?
And then we multiply it by 3/4.
No, 3/4, the frequencies, okay. So you add the frequencies, it will be 70. So we have 70 students. So Q3.
And then we find 3/4 multiply 70, which is 52.5.
Very good, طيب, وبعدين, so we have 52.5. Now, pay attention. Our Q3 is at the 52.5th position.
Yeah.
Although this is even, we don't do between. Why we don't do between here? Because there is 0.5 already. You understand the idea?
Yeah.
So we don't do the between thing. Okay? So our position is 52.5. تمام? Okay, again. So you calculate Q3 by multiplying 3/4 times 70. You get 52.5. So it's 52.5. Pay attention, please.
Yes,
let's assume you got 52. Let's say the answer was 52. Okay? So the answer will be between 52 and 53.
53.
Right? Which is 52.5th position. Correct? Here we already have 52.5. So it's already there. You do not need to do this. You don't need to find the value between 52 and 53. It's already there. 52.5. Okay? Because of the 0.5. Type what to do? How to find it back? How to find the 52.5? You use interpolation. Pay attention, please. How to use interpolation. Okay?
Okay.
You draw a line like this. And you have to decide. This 52.5, طبعا 52.5, this is frequency, Adam. This is frequency. The position here is the frequency. 52.5 is where exactly? Pay attention. First,
in the
you have
middle
to.
of 52 and 53.
Type. Here you have 2. Add it to 25. What do you have?
What's added to 25?
2 plus 25 is 27.
27.
You're still far away from 52. Type. Add to 30. 52.
30 plus 2 is 32.
It will be 2 plus 25 plus 30. The three of them. It will
55.
be what? 57. 57.
Oh yeah, 57.
57.
That's still too
57,
much.
it means 52.5 is where is here. Because when you add the three of them, you get 57, and our Q3 is at the position 52.5. So it's very close to 57. Very close. It's somewhere here. Okay. Now that we know which class or which group we will be using, this is important. Now that we know it's this group that we will be using, write the class boundaries. What are the class boundaries? Remember the class boundaries? We have a gap here. So what's the class boundaries here? It will be 33.5.
Okay, so 33.5 and 31.5.
36.5. What one? There's no one here.
Oh no, for the 34. Yeah.
I'm talking about this. This is the group we are dealing with. This one. Okay. You understand now? You understand why this is the group you are dealing with?
No, sir.
You get it now, Adam? You understand?
Yeah.
Type. So this group, what are the class boundaries? 33.5 and 36.5. You do this. You do it this way. You write the boundaries here. So 33.5, 36.5. And then we know that Q3 is here, closer to this value. So it should be somewhere here. Where exactly, we don't know. Or we know, yeah, we know it's at the 52.5 position. So we write here 52.5. Tamam? Now, pay attention to what I'm going to say. For the lower value here, for the class boundary, the lower one, 33.5, we choose all the frequencies before it. You see, we draw a line like this, and we draw a line like this. For the 33.5, we take all the frequencies before this. It will be what? 2 and 25, that's 27. For the 36.5, which is this line, we take all the frequencies before the 36.5. That would be 2 plus 25 plus 30. That's what? That's 57.
Yeah.
This is very important to draw this line and to put all the correct values. Do you understand this step?
Yeah.
Now to the interpolation, to the linear interpolation rule. How to do it? Pay attention. We say, okay, this segment, okay, or this part of the line divided by this equal small divided by big. So again, small divided by big equals small divided by big. That's the interpolation. So small would be what? It's Q3 minus 33.5. To get the small here, the green one, it's Q3 minus 33.5. Divide the big one, the green big one. 36.5 minus 33.5. Equal the red ones. Small, that would be 52.5 minus 27. Divide the big one, that's 57 minus 27. Do you get this?
Yes.
Okay, now it's the time to simplify. So you simplify the right side. It will be what? Equal 25.5 divide 30. Yeah, simplify it slowly with the calculator, okay? 52.5 minus 27 is 25.5. 57 minus 27 is 30. Use the calculator. Okay, and then you do what? After this, you find the Q3 minus 33.5. Okay, you can divide this عادي, no problem. Divide it. You get what when you divide this?
0.85.
0.85 and multiply it, يعني cross multiply. Okay,
So multiply by 33.5.
No. Make a mistake now. Pay attention. So you have Q3 minus 33.5 divide 3 equals what here? 0? Sorry, it equals what? 0.85?
85. Yeah.
Think of it as divided by 1. Okay, divided by 1. So you multiply 3 by 0.85. So it's Q3 minus 33.5 equal
So 2.55
times 0.85. Very good. Okay, and move the 33.5 and change the sign to the other side. So Q3 will be, يعني add 33.5 to the 2. It will be what?
33.5.
Correct. 36.05. This is Q3. Did you get what I did here?
Yes, sir.
طيب, I hope so, inshallah. Okay, that's part A. Now to part B. Part B, they say what? They say find an estimate for the 10th percentile. So we want 10th percentile, that's P10. What's P10? P10 is 10% of n. What's the value of n? 10% is 0.1 on the calculator. 10%, 10 over 100, that's 0.1. N is 70. So it's the seventh value. Okay? It's the 7th value.
Yeah.
So again to the table. Let's go to the table again. The 7th value belongs to which group? Again, here 2. 2 plus 25, that's 27.
2 plus 25, 27.
So our 7th value would be where? Here. What are the class boundaries? 31.5 and 33.5. We already write it here. You see this? 31.5 and 33.5. So to find the interpolation, you do it this way. You write the class boundaries, 31.5 and 33.5. Our P10 should be somewhere here. That's P10. It's the 7th value. For the frequencies of the class boundaries, it will be, again, you draw a line like this, and you draw a line like this. For the required group, this is the required group. For the lower class boundary, choose the frequencies before it. That would be 2. And for the higher class boundary, this one, choose all the frequencies before. That would be 27. Did you get this?
Yeah.
How to do the interpolation? This, divide this, small divide big, remember, equal this, divide the whole thing. So the first part, P10 minus 31.5. Divide the big thing, small divide big. Divide 33.5 minus 31.5. Equal small, that's 7 minus 2. Divide big, that's 27 minus 2. And then work it out exactly the same way we did before with the Q3. So if we work this out, we will get, so the answer is 31.9. That's the 10th percentile. طبعا هنا the units will be